on Sunday because I believe that this offense is stacked.
Jason, the Patriots defense that will try to contain them has been on a legendary run. They've given up 26 points total in the playoffs. I get it, there's a one backup quarterback, and I get that there's some weather. 26 points in 3 games. When you look at what Vrabel's defense is doing, what jumps out?
Well, they're doing a great job of making it difficult. They're blitzing, they're playing max coverage, they're showing pressure, they're dropping, showing pressure, bringing zero. They're slanting the front on first, second down to take away runs. But here we go. They did a lot of great things so far with like presenting zero, especially these empty sets, right? They show like they're going to do these zero empty pressures, then they bail out. CJ Stroud has nowhere to go with the ball. Then they show zero, and guess what? It is zero, right? They're on top of it, right? They're getting after the quarterback. I think that they've done a great job of mixing it up, and then they'll also do the typical like overload away from it. I don't really know what's going on here from a protection standpoint. This was a debacle for the Denver Broncos in this game, right?
Not great.
Benefits of going up against a backup quarterback. You know, I think the Patriots defense is the reason that they're in the Super Bowl throughout the playoffs so far, right? And the game is going to come down to how well they can hold down the Seattle Seahawks offense. Sam Darnold, Kenneth Walker. If they make it a game, obviously that's what I'm hoping for.
When we talk about the Seattle defense, there's a long list of guys we mentioned before we mentioned Lawrence, right? I mean, an adult, a professional swag. How much does DeMarcus Lawrence's presence in the room and his presence on the field mean, and what do you expect from him Sunday?
He is an absolute dog, first of all. So his energy, you're forced to match it. But now he has a bunch of dogs around him, Leonard Williams and everybody else. But I'm happy for DeMarcus Lawrence, not only because he said that this was an opportunity, but because of his production and how well he's led guys. He's tenured. He understands the gravity of the moment. He's been in these situations where he's had to come up and make big play after big play when he was in Dallas. Now with the opportunity of playing for a Super Bowl and being able to lead arguably the best unit in football, I think it says a lot about who he is as a player and a person.
Is he a vocal guy in the locker room, or is he the kind of guy who, when he says something, it carries weight because he doesn't hoot and holler a whole lot?
It carries a tremendous amount of weight because you know he's willing to do it. Okay. And I've always gravitated to leaders that'll run through the brick wall first before telling you how hyped we should be about running through it. And that's the type of guy, that's the type of guy that DeMarcus Lawrence is. Look, I say this all the time, Scott. When you get to these type of games, it's players over coaching. It's players over X's and O's. It's dudes that understand in these moments, I have to be myself, but I'm also called to do a job at a very high level. And he's done that for the majority of his career. And you go into games confident, knowing that guys like that are lined up next to you.
And what Swag was just saying, you're playing against DeMarcus. Like, that was a guy that you could feel the intensity, especially he's running games, right? Games is so much about effort and hitting it with time and whatnot. He would come through there like a freaking bank, right? He's coming there with tons of energy, and you can feel it exuding from him. And that rubs off on other guys. And New England's got some guys. I mean, Milton Williams right now is playing with a whole lot of energy as well. Far more. Like, both sides, their defensive lines right now are playing at a very high level. It's going to be a fun game to watch for sure.
Final thought?
Well, my final thought is this about DeMarcus Lawrence. I love you said production. He didn't want to come here and coach a room to a Super Bowl. He's been a part. He's a reason why this team is there. And if the Seattle Seahawks are going to win this game, one of those plays or some of those plays are going to be made by DeMarcus. It won't just be him telling people how to run through that brick wall, like you said.
Feels like two hellacious defenses are going to be on display about 40 miles down the road in this one. We want to acknowledge some coaching greatness that time of year as we acknowledge the winners of the NFL Don Shula High School Coach of the Year Award, honoring coaches who display the integrity, achievement, and leadership exemplified by the great Don Shula. 2025 NFC and AFC winners are Garden City High School's Dave Ettinger, nominated by on a Tuesday night in February, wherever you might be watching. Maybe there's snow and ice outside. Well, just settle in and let's enjoy some of the best from the National Football League and the Pro Bowl games. There's Jalen Hurts. My God! Last year, he was getting ready for the game on Sunday. Shedeur Sanders will be getting the start. The rookie getting a chance under the bright lights to have some fun. He's excited to be here, and so is the man who is joining us now for the 4th time, a Pro Bowler. He's the quarterback with a star on his helmet. The mood on the set has lifted considerably because Swag's quarterback has arrived. You feel better?
Since Mississippi State, baby.
Oh, yes, sir.
We're going to Vegas.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't like him at Mississippi State.
Yeah, he was a problem.
He did some things
He was a problem
that
for us
LSU
at
I had
Mississippi
issues
State.
with.
I understand why.
Be honest.
Dak Prescott has joined us. Congratulations on yet another Pro Bowl. And I'm just going to start, not with the serious, but I'm just interested in your processing of 10 years in this league. I was thinking about that flying out here, and it feels like it's flown by.
Yeah.
How do you process that with an idea of what's coming in the next few years?
Yeah, that my best is coming ahead. Think about when I came into this league, to be a Pro Bowler then as a rookie, to be back 10 years later, it's a blessing, and I don't take anything for granted. But you said it, the journey, it's been a lot. It's been some good years, some bad years, some changes within the organization, and I've grown through it all. Each year I feel like I'm a better player and I'm a better quarterback, and there's no reason I don't think the next year is going to fall right in line.
And Dak, I'm going to go a little differently than that. Yeah, I do think this was the best I'd ever seen you play, but we've seen you play high-level ball since you came into this league. I want to talk about your leadership. You guys had a ton of adversity in that locker room. How much pride did you take in being able to stand in front of those men and present yourself as someone who was there for them as a brother and teammate this entire season?
Yeah, I took a lot of pride in that. I mean, I think for me, the most important thing I could do is just be present every day, be the same guy each and every day, come in with the same attitude and be consistent. And that's who I've been since I've been a Cowboy. So through the midst of the adversity, everything that's happened, for me, it was about just showing up and just showing them my presence is there. You can ask me real questions. We can get down to nitty-gritty, the adversity that I've been through in my life. And I believe we all go through everything in life to share our experience and help others through it. And through my own adversity, I was able to do that with the help of Solomon Thomas, great leadership from Coach Schottenheimer and the rest of the guys, that it took us all. But I was very proud of not only myself, but the rest of the guys and the organization as a whole of getting through it.
Dak, what do you think of this week, man? You've been a part of a Pro Bowls before in the past, many of them. What does this week mean to you?
As I said, to be back 10 years later, it's awesome. It's much different than the first time, playing a real game.
They're your first time.
Yeah, in Orlando. It's different, but it's good. Anytime, you get to hang out. Trent Williams, the guy that was here my first time. Christian McCaffrey.
Travis Frederick.
Nakua. Say again?
Travis Frederick.
Trav, yeah. So it's a blast. I'll try to enjoy this flag football the best I can. I'm not as fast as some of these other guys. So Terp's on my team. I saw him rushing last year, so I think I'll be okay.
There we go.
Man, it's been an amazing journey. I'm close. I'm down the road. Keep tabs. But I think about this year in particular, and RC already alluded to the adversity, but I want to talk about bringing George Pickens in. I talked to George Pickens when we were there for Monday night, and he said, Dak is one of the best things ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Tell me about the pride that you take in that. A new guy coming in, people have these ideas about who he is as a person, and for you to be able to instill that, and then for him to comment on that to us in private, how does that make you feel as a quarterback and as a person?
Yeah, it makes me feel good knowing that you're able to be there to help somebody coming in a tough spot in their career. As you said, a bunch of narratives about them that they don't necessarily believe is true. And so as he came into Dallas, we gave him a clean slate. We're going to get to know George for who George is, and just the way that he's shown up, he's been a professional. His talent has made that chemistry for us, right? Speed and expedite to give him all the credit. But at the end of the day, he's a guy that loves football and loves his teammates. And I can get along with anybody like that. And so we're blessed to have George, and he's a hell of a teammate.
You know what? I remember, we're sitting there listening to Jerry when he tabbed Shotty as the new head coach, and he was like, I'm taking a chance.
Yeah.
Right? But then I watched Shotty work throughout this year, man, and the way that he led, the way that he coached, the way that this offense excelled, the way he showed he was the leader of men. How bright can your future be, man, with what you guys have in that locker room, but also a coach in Brian Schottenheimer, man, who I think is the right guy for the job?
Yeah, he's very bright. You said it starts with Shotty. Sure, Jerry took a chance on him, but he's a guy that's been in this league and coaching experience for 30 years. He grew up with a dad who's been very successful in this league, so he knows what it's supposed to look like and he knows how it's supposed to go. And at the end of the day, he's been a very transparent, very genuine coach, players coach. He's honest and we'll have those one-on-one conversations that he's easy to follow. And so through the ups and the downs, he's been very consistent. He's been the same, and he's a guy that anybody will follow, and we're blessed to have him.
I was really impressed with his humanity after you lost Marshawn. I thought that there was a humanity that was accessible, and it was admirable because, this is fun, but that was real, and you guys showed a lot there. We'll close not with the serious, but with the fun. Man, it's a Tuesday night. We're in a convention city. You guys are going to show out and do some things out there. We got some double moves. We got some trick plays. What do we got up our sleeve?
Yeah, we got a lot of trick plays. Maybe I'll line up a receiver. Who knows who's actually going to throw the ball once the ball snaps, but it'll be fun.
Hey, hold on. We ain't closing. I got to put this out here. Super Bowl next year in LA.
Yeah.
All right?
Put it in the air. Put it in the air.
So here's
We got newness around the organization.
Yeah.
We got players. We got cornerstones.
Here we
got
go.
a quarterback that's a Super Bowl caliber quarterback.
Manifest.
Dak, I need you here